Missing someone, love with all your heart. Missing someone, love with heart.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, it feels so good to be back in the salon. This week I'm going to show you how I created this beautiful rainbow on my client. So yeah, let's get into it. So here is my client's before. She's about a level 7 naturally, and we always bleach out her roots. She is a rare client that doesn't need to come in for a retouch every 6 weeks because even though her roots are pretty long, they lighten very well. And the last time that I had relightened her roots was probably about 3 months ago. So this is about 3 months of grow out for her, which is not too bad. So today I got a very special package from Pulpriot. I got their Creme Bleach and I'm so excited to use it today on my client because I've heard such great things about it being super gentle yet powerful for lightener on the scalp. So I was super excited to try this on my client and lighten up her roots. So this will be a video of my first reaction and thoughts of the Creme Bleach. I will be mixing it with 20 vol, and I typically like to mix my lightener 1 to 1.5 with developer just so it has slight thickness but not too thick. And already I really love the packaging on this cream lightener, that it comes in a cute sleek bottle like this that I can just squeeze. I feel like this would be super easy to just throw in my bag if I'm doing a house call or something really quick, so it doesn't take up too much space, but the cream does have a good amount in that tube, so I really love it for that too. So whenever I do my client's retouch, I do go over all of the regrowth, and I go over it really quick just to get the product on really fast. And then I will later go in with some foils and then make sure that there isn't any spots that are bleeding through onto her previously lightened hair, and also making sure everything is fully saturated. And again, this client is a rare case where I can just hit the whole regrowth even though it's a really long root all at once. And so here I'm just placing the foil to kind of incubate the heat on where the regrowth is a little bit longer past her heat zone to help incubate that heat and get an even lift as much as possible. Now, if this was a client that was even a level darker or maybe a thicker texture than my client here, I probably would hit 1/2 inch from the regrowth first and then hit the root last, because there is that heat zone that helps lighten the hair a little bit faster than the rest of the head. So again, here I'm just hitting the full root, and then later, once I fully saturate all the roots in the front section of her hair, I will go back in and place foil to separate so that the hair doesn't bleed onto the previously lightened ends, and I can also make sure that I'm fully saturating as I go back in and place the foil in between each section. And you might be wondering why I'm using foil instead of cotton. I feel like the foil helps incubate that body heat that is missing from that heat zone area, so I like to prefer use foil for this technique rather than cotton. Since I started to apply her lightener in the back, that was ready first, so I went ahead and rinsed that with cooler water. I don't like to rinse out my client's head after lightening their roots with hot water just because their scalp can be a little bit sensitive, so it's best to do with like lukewarm or cooler water when doing this part of the rinsing. I think so far my favorite thing about this lightener is the fact that it's white and has no blue tint to it. I feel like it makes it easier to see when the hair is ready to rinse rather than having like that blue tint, and then you have to train your eye to see when it's blonde enough or right at the level that you need for the desired tone. And then the second best thing about the cream lightener is the fact that it has a thick consistency, so it really does stay put wherever I put it, which is really important when doing bleach and tones like this because you don't want any of the lightener to be bleeding on the previously lightened hair. And then as a pre-tone, I left on some Barcelona purple shampoo to help tone out any yellow. And this is my very favorite purple shampoo because it's very pigmented and not as drying. And then while my client's purple shampoo was processing, I went ahead and mixed up her rainbow colors using the Pulpriot semis. And then after the purple shampoo was done, I went ahead and rough dried my client's hair before applying the Pulpriot semis. So this is what my client's hair looked like after the Creme Bleach and the Barcelona purple shampoo. And guys, like, look how white her hair is. I'm just in awe. Like, the Creme Bleach is so amazing. It lifted so well. And honestly, I feel like it lifted quite fast for an on-scalp lightener. So I 100% would recommend and love this lightener. So as I'm applying her rainbow color, I started in the back where her undercut was, and I just placed the colors and then kind of smear and blend it out with my finger to create a nice ombre rainbow for her. And I really love that the Pulpriot semis, I'm able to blend it out even just with my finger. I don't have to worry about getting too messy and bleeding onto the color too much, but it blends enough to have a nice gradient. And then her rat tail there in the back, I'm going to pick up those pieces and just individually apply the rainbow shades onto that as well. So for her rainbow baby lights, I'm only going to be applying the rainbow on the top mohawk section of her head that is above the occipital. So everything under the occipital, I just did the purple middle shade that is the background color, and then from there, as I get to the occipital, I do start applying the rainbow baby lights. Now when I mixed up the colors all together, I made sure to make that background color slightly darker than the rainbow shades that I put in the panels. This is because I'm using it as a base as well for my rainbow baby lights. So I wanted it to have kind of a shadow root where it's a little bit darker on the root and then a little bit lighter on the end where the rainbow is. And as I'm applying the rainbow panels on the mohawk, I do take sections that are paper thin enough and see-through enough so that the color can fully saturate. Since I'm only painting the hair on top of the mesh, I go ahead and blend out the color and make sure everything is fully saturated as I rub and blend the colors together. Then for this technique, I make sure that each section of rainbow color is about 1 inch long. This way it has a nice blend and you can see all of the colors really well. Then from here, I just continue to do my rainbow baby light and background color and alternate until I get to her hairline. I find it super helpful to use mesh for this technique so that the mesh doesn't slip, because sometimes I feel like the foils can slip a little, and also the mesh is just a little bit visually more pleasing because it's a little clear and you can see through it. As I finished the mohawk section with the rainbow baby lights, I went ahead and did one on the hairline of the sides and then an extra one on the middle of that side section there. And then this is what it pretty much looked like once I was done applying all the color. I love seeing rainbow process, it's just so satisfying. And so I left this on for about 20 minutes before she was ready to rinse. It's also super important to rinse out these Pulpriot semis with ice cold water. This just helps the hair to be shiny and seals the cuticle and makes the color last a little bit longer, because if I were to use hot water, the color may have a chance of bleeding and may fade a little bit faster as the heat opens up the cuticle. And since we just used a Pulpriot semi for her hair color, we won't be needing to shampoo or condition because the color is already very conditioning. And then once I was done rinsing, I went ahead and took my client back, prepped her with some Copenhagen, which is their leave-in conditioner from Pulpriot, and then I also left in some Munich, which is the hair serum, and it's really great for heat protectant and giving some moisture back into the hair. And for my tools, I'm just using a Parlux hair dryer, and then I'm using an Olivia Garden extra long round brush. Alrighty guys, so here is the finished look right after I blow dried it. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, or if you guys would try this out. I seriously love how well the rainbow is blended in with that purple background color. And don't forget to go and try the new Pulpriot Creme Bleach. I highly recommend it because it is super gentle yet so powerful and gives 9+ levels of lift. It's seriously so amazing. You guys have to try it for your bleach and tones. I just want to say a huge thank you to all of my subscribers and you guys that are supporting me through this journey. I'm just really happy to be back at work to make some more videos for you guys in the coming weeks. But till then, thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in, and I will talk to you guys next week.